Guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. Sorry for not posting for a few weeks, but I have been live streaming on Twitch, so go check that out. And today I'm doing a 4-part special, and yeah, this 4-part special will be on Larry Rubins, Antonio Brown, Josh Gordon, and Chris Wormely. And first off, I'd like to start off with Antonio Brown. Before I go over what Antonio Brown's profile, I'd like to go over some of his career stats. And here you can see some of his career stats. So his total career stats is 131 games, 841 receptions for 1,263 yards, with 13.4 average, 549 is his longest, 75 was how many touchdowns he had in total. Now, for 2010, with the Pittsburgh Steelers, he had 9 games, 16 receptions for 167 yards, 10.4 was his average, 26 was his longest with 0 touchdowns. In 2011 with the Pittsburgh Steelers, he played 16 games, 69 receptions, 1,108 yards, 16.1 was his average, 79 was his longest, and 2 touchdowns. 2012 with the Pittsburgh Steelers, 13 games, 66 receptions, 787 yards, 11.9 was his average, 60 was his longest, and he had 5 touchdowns. With 2013 with the Pittsburgh Steelers, 16 games, 110 yards, 1,499 yards, 13.6 was his average, 56 longest, with 8 touchdowns. And 2014 with the Pittsburgh Steelers, 16 games, 129 receptions, 1,698 yards, 13.2 was his average, 63 was his longest with 13 touchdowns. 2015 with Pittsburgh Steelers, 16 games, 136 receptions, 1,834 yards, 13.5 was his average, 59 was his longest, with 10 touchdowns. AB's career stats. Oh, my screen keeps showing YouTube. But those are AB's career stats. He played for the New England Patriots throughout his career. He played for the Pittsburgh Steelers throughout his career, too. And those are AB's career stats. And I will rate this guy a 5 out of 5 star rating. Why I rate him perfect? Well, yeah, because throughout his career, he was number 1 wide receiver. If he continued his career like that, he would have been a guaranteed Hall of Famer, basically. But he ruined it. So before this whole thing, he was a 5 out of 5 star rating. Now I think he's probably a 4-star rating because, well, you see, we don't know if he's as good as he once was. He is getting old, and he has some issues, off-the-field issues. So we don't know if we can trust Antonio Brown. That's the key factor that brings him down a star. But overall, he's still a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL. And what do you say? I have a theory. Should Antonio Brown go to the Dallas Cowboys? Here are some reasons why Dallas should and shouldn't sign AB. Dallas is a run-based team, but now they have a new coach, so we do not know what scheme they are. AB, and another reason is AB apologized and should be able to control his temper. And basically the most obvious reason is AB is one of the best wide receivers, could get him at a fairly decent price due to his off-field issues, so his price should lower. Not too below, these are some not reasons. They are extremely tight on cap space, but did just cut Gerald McCoy, but did sign Everson Griffin, and we aren't sure if he is as good as he used was, and we aren't sure if he can control his temper, but should be able to. And plus, they already have a great trio of receivers in CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, and Amari Cooper. So this is my next player, and it is, what does Chris Wormely actually mean to the Pittsburgh Steelers? What Chris Wormely actually means to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now you should see stats on your screen in a moment. Let me just edit this and put it up right now. This is Chris Wormley's stats. His NFL total is 54 combined tackles, 19 assists, 2.5 sacks, and 0 in interceptions, yards, and touchdowns. 2017 with the Baltimore Ravens, 5 combined tackles, 0 assists, 0 sacks, 0 interceptions, 0 yards, and 0 touchdowns. This one, he got better. 2018 Ravens, 16 combined tackles, 3 assists, 1 sack, 0 interceptions, 0 yards, and 0 touchdowns. Chris Wormely in 2019 with the Ravens, 33 combined tackles, 16 assisted tackles, 1.5 sack, interceptions, yard, and touchdown. As you can see, each year he gets better. He starts with 5 combined tackles, then he goes up to 16 combined tackles, then his year high, 33 combined tackles, with 16 assists that year, with only 3 the following year and 0 that following year. So each year, all of his stats go up. So his stats should go up as he gets older. That's why the Pittsburgh Steelers saw an opportunity to get this young star that is clearly rising due to his stats, if you look at them. And here is what Chris Wormely actually means to the Steelers. Chris Wormely is, Christopher Keith Wormley, born October 25th, 1999, is an American football defensive end for the Pittsburgh Steelers of the National Football League. Chris Wormley is 6 foot, 5,000, that's such a bad edit. My bad. So my bad. Let me redo this. What Chris Wormely actually means to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Christopher Keith Wormley, born October 25th, 1993, is an American football defensive end for the Pittsburgh Steelers of the National Football League. Chris Wormley is 6 foot, 5,289 pounds. He was number 95 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Chris Wormley brings youth to the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers are a defense built around young stars. Some young stars may include Minkah Fitzpatrick, Devin Bush, T.J. Watt, Ulysses Gilbert III, and Stephon Tuitt. Pittsburgh also has veteran players such as Joe Hayden, Steven Nelson, Cameron Hayward, and Vince Williams. Chris Wormley should get better over time. Should be an exciting player to watch develop. I will rate him a 2.5 star rating out of 5 star rating. I'll rate him a little below average right now because he's only a 2-year player, but as of right now, he does not have a huge impact on the game. As he gets older and better, he should move up in star ratings. And my next player is Josh Gordon. As you know, I already about to pull up the stats, but Josh Gordon is an exciting player. He played for the Browns, I believe, in his early career. He turned out to be pretty much a good player, not a bust. He's not a boom or a bust. He's really just an average wide receiver for a free agency right now, but yeah. And now I will pull up his stats. Alright. Now here are Josh Gordon's stats. In his NFL total, 63 games, 247 receptions, 4,252 yards, 7.2 average, 365 longest, 20 touchdowns, and 2012 with Cleveland Browns, 16 games, 50 receptions, 805 yards, 16.1 average, 71 was the longest. 2013 with the Cleveland Browns with 14 games, 87 receptions, 1,646 yards, 18.9 was his average, 95 was his longest. And in 2014 with the Cleveland Browns, 5 games, 24 receptions, 303 yards, at his 12.6 average, 32 was his longest. In 2017 with Cleveland Browns, 5 games, 18 receptions, 335 yards. 18.6 was his average, with 54 was his longest, with only one touchdown. New England Patriots in 2018, 12 games, 41 receptions, 737 yards. 18 was his average, 55 was his longest, with 4 touchdowns. 2019 with the Seattle Seahawks, 11 games, 27 receptions, 426 yards, 15.8 was his average, 58 was his longest with 1 touchdown. As you can see, Josh Gordon is just a decent receiver, nothing special. And these are some teams that could benefit / are interested in signing Josh Gordon. Number 1, Seattle Seahawks. They are interested in re-signing Josh Gordon. They could definitely use a good slot receiver. They could also use him because Tyler Lockett is getting older. I didn't say old, I said older. And number 2, New England Patriots. They have N'Keal Harry, who's looking to be a bust. And Julian Edelman is the only good receiver they have. Again, he is a good receiver. I don't think he can do everything. He's not an everything receiver type like Julio Jones. But now Julio Jones is Calvin Ridley, but that's a different story. And Julian Edelman is the only good receiver they have, so they could definitely benefit from signing Josh Gordon. Number 3, Baltimore Ravens. They do have a second wideout because Willie Snead is getting old, and they have Hollywood Brown, a young star. They could definitely benefit from signing Josh Gordon. I'm going to rate Josh Gordon a 3.5 star rating out of 5, which is really actually high for him, but that's average for most receivers, and again, he is an average receiver. He had to basically put the Browns team on his back at some points of the season. And he's only an average wide receiver. He's nothing special, and he's getting old. So he either is going to retire soon, and no one's going to sign him, or someone's going to sign him, play for 1 or 2 more teams, then go on to retire. He's looking for his first Super Bowl ring, I believe. Yeah, his first Super Bowl ring, I think. Or maybe he earned one with the Patriots. Or that might be the year they lost to the Philadelphia Eagles. But again, he's just an average receiver, so I rate him an average star rating. He did show off some good plays of what his raw talent could be at his best talent. Like one-hand stabs and stuff like that you just saw on your screen. But again, he showed flashes of what he could be, like a top 10 wide receiver, but never could reach there. So now he is just an average wide receiver. And off to the next person. For the next one, I was not able to find any stats or any video evidence of this dude. But Larry Rubins, I cannot rate him. Already said, but Larry Rubins, I wanted to talk about him because my mom, she works for a phone company, and she was talking to a Montana State Hall of Famer, Larry Rubins. He was asking for stuff, and she was on the phone with him. So here we go, Larry Rubins, and I was not able to find his stats for Larry Rubins. Again, I'm sorry, I already said that. Larry Rubins is a former center who played in the NFL. He played on the Packers and Bears throughout his NFL career. He was born January 25th, 1959. 61 years old. He is 6 foot, 254 pounds. He played in Montana State University, was elected to 2014 Montana State University Hall of Fame. I can't rate him because I cannot see any tape or photos of this Larry Rubin. The only photo I was able to find is below. This is a picture of his jersey in the Montana State Hall of Fame. As you can see right there. And I cannot rate this guy because, again, I can't find any video evidence of him. So, therefore, I cannot rate him, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And this was a 4-part special. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to my channel. And I will be back probably once a week now because I soon be starting school. I'm probably only posting on the weekends. But, here we go. Hope you enjoyed this video. Drop a like, subscribe, and see you for next time.
What you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians.